families, welcome back to Family Yoga. It's just me today and I'm in our play space that has clearly lots of toys all around. And so as I'm thinking of inviting yoga into the four walls of your home, I think about what's realistic. How can we incorporate fun and play into things that are also necessary and healthy and beneficial for the whole family? So needing to clean up a play space sometimes is not the most fun task for either you or your children. So I thought for today's practice, we could see what type of yoga we could do while cleaning at the same time. This isn't something that I've ever done before, so we're going to see how it goes together. So I'm sitting sort of right in the middle of things. There's a play kitchen over there, and I've got some shelves and some puzzles and a few other things around. And so maybe you can find yourself in a space that has lots of little pieces that need to be cleaned up as well as we take a nice deep stretch. And so when spaces are chaotic and cluttered, it can sort of bring this feeling of stress, of overwhelm to our minds and our bodies. So the first thing that we can do right now is just take a deep breath. Right? See the problem for what it is, and it's not a big problem. It isn't something that can't be fixed, and it is something that we can do together. Take another deep breath in. Let it go. Having a messy home is sometimes the proof that fun and play and love is happening. So let's start by finding a few circles in our seat. Maybe the circle, you can start to look around, see what needs to be put away. Right? Sometimes we do too many things at once. We are carrying one thing from one room to the other, and then we get distracted. And so letting yourself just arrive in a room and see what has to be done can also help slow you down. Right? So we can move the circle in the other direction. Good. All right, so for me, I have a little puzzle that needs to be put together. So I'm going to find our butterfly pose. Feet together, knees out. And this is a great way to even just do a puzzle together on the floor. So I've got all my pieces here. I'm going to put it back together while my hips are stretching. Really easy for me, maybe taking a little bit longer for you and your children together. I'm going to slide that over there to the side. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Good. Now, right back behind me, I have a big bag of blocks. So a fun way to do some stretching is getting a block in one hand. Take a big side bending stretch over. Come back up to the middle. Put some blocks in the bag. Take a few more pieces. Take them up overhead. Side stretch over. Looks like this. Come back to the middle and into the bag. Let's do that with the rest of the pieces that we have here. I'm going to put them out in front of me so they're a little bit easier to reach for. Stretch up and over into the bag. Up and over and into the bag. A few more pieces to go here. Got a nice long tower piece. Taking nice deep breaths during your stretch. Good. Come back to the center. We're going to do one more on the other side. And back to center. Into the bag they go. zipping it up and putting it aside. Now something I was just naturally doing is wanting to look behind me to see if I missed any. So let's take a nice twist, look back behind you, see what's going on back there. Twist to the other side, keeping your shoulders up above your hips as you twist. And then come back to center. We found this little box today, and my son thinks it looks like a pizza box, so I brought it into the kitchen area so we can put a piece of pizza inside, and now he's got a little pizza box for his kitchen. All right, so because we have all of these food pieces on the floor, we're going to come to hands and knees. I'm going to shift over a little bit here. Move our horse out of the way. Okay. So on your hands and knees, I've got sort of like a cookie puzzle, so there's lots of pieces here that need to go back onto the tray. So I can lift up one piece, put it down, switch hands, put it down. And I'm just going to switch hands as I reach. This is helping to bring some awareness to my core. Right? In a pretty natural way. Right? You might find yourself in this position cleaning up after your kids more often than you like. And so inviting something in for you is also a great way to keep your home tidy. Switching sides, down. I found one more in this bowl, and down. Putting that all the way in here. I'm going to take a few cat-cows for a little break. Rolling the shoulders back, looking forward. Breathing out, pressing the back up to the sky like a Halloween cat. Breathing in, forward. Exhale, pressing up to the sky. Inhale, look forward to cow. Exhale, press into cat. One more time. Inhale, forward into cow. Exhale, press your back up into cat. Good. Now if it's okay for you to sit back on your feet for a moment, this is called hero's pose. It can help bring your breath back to balance. So as I'm looking around again, I have mostly food items. I've got a truck that I'm just going to twist back behind me and come back to center. Okay, we're going to do some more balancing and reaching. I'm just going to move some things off of the shelf so I can get this cookie sheet back in the oven. And here's another cookie sheet. Okay. Tackling the food here. Opening this shelf. I'm going to come back to hands and knees as I press all this food forward so that I can have it within my reach. Stretching forward, reaching, pulling back. Right, so much of our movements can be done in a more mindful way throughout the day. This is just one example how to do that. Okay, so hands and knees again. I'm going to do the same thing here, switching hands as I reach and place. This is also a great way just to stay mindful with your kids. Things don't have to be rushed. Things can move slow when you have the time for them to move slow. Teaches great coordination, hand-eye coordination, great balance, matching, all of these skills that you can practice just while cleaning up. Facing and switching hands, right? it's taking my own focus to remember to switch hands as well. Side to side, placing, and placing. Almost done here. Being on your hands and knees starts to hurt your wrists after a while. Put your knuckles to the floor with your thumb facing forward. That can help your wrists feel a lot better. A few more cups to put away. This container. Okay. Coming back to that hero's position, sitting on the feet or in a different, more comfortable seated position, roll through the shoulders. Good. Sitting back down on the floor, outstretching one leg. I can reach while still being aware of my body, right? It's not ideal to be multitasking while you're stretching. You want to keep that awareness on what feels good in your body. You don't want to overstretch. So with one leg out, we can reach down towards the foot. And then switch to the other side. Having a clear space isn't only good for your own stress levels and mental health, but it's also great for your kids. Coming into a space that is not overwhelming can really encourage their imagination and their focus of play. Okay, when you're ready to cross your legs once again, I'm going to reach over. I'm in a space where everything is in sort of that reachable distance as we come back to center. So great example here of when we're picking things up off of the floor. To either squat down all the way with your knees bent, then pick something up. Or to bend at the knees, hinge at the hips, and pick something up, right? So often we're just sort of slumping around. When you allow yourself to bend the knees and lift, you're taking care of your body in a really intentional way. Bend the knees and lift, moving around. And the squat is not easy, and you'll feel the benefits of it pretty quickly. So let's practice that a few more times. If you don't have anything, you can pretend you're reaching down and lifting, reaching down and lifting. One more time. Good. Staying in the standing position now, we can start to find these nice body slaps. This is another great way to twist. Let the eyes scan the space. I think I've picked up just about everything that I wanted to today. In a more mindful and intentional way than I've ever cleaned before, probably in my whole life. This was a fun experiment, something that, again, just proves with intention and awareness we can be with our bodies while also being with the rest of our life. So I hope you got something out of this practice today. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.